Hello and welcome, welcome. Patty and Ken here, and we're doing our 10-minute overview of today's masterclass. And for those of you that have joined us in the past, we did week 1 on the essence of leadership, week 2 on the strategizing of leadership, Ken, and then today it was the catalyst for change. So chapter 3 of the leadership playbook, transforming vision into action.
Absolutely. Let's get active.
And I have some notes here because we did cover a lot of stuff today, and we want to make sure that all of us are kind of focused on what it is. But talking about catalysts, Ken, it kind of means a lot of different things. And I do have a definition, but why don't you share with all of us, what is your definition of a catalyst?
Yeah, catalyst is something that when you add it to something else, it makes it better. And I have a real life example. I started a business many years ago that was in painting boats. It was called Rainbow Boat Restorations. And I found a paint that came in 2 parts. You mixed it together, whatever color you wanted, and the other part was kind of clear. And then you put some little drops in it, and that was the catalyst. And when you put those drops in, it was going to get hard and it was going to be better and it would last longer. So that's just one of many applications to the word catalyst.
Good, very good. Let me read the actual definition of a catalyst for change. So a catalyst for change is someone who inspires and drives transformation, often turning challenges into opportunities.
Yeah, actually creating an environment that's conducive to success. So whatever it is that you're doing, it has a better outcome when you add a catalyst.
So let's discuss, Ken, why transformation and being a catalyst for change is not only good for us in our personal lives, but also if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're leading people, we can never really predict what's going to happen. So that's why that is so, so important. In fact, I do have a statistic. 70% of individuals fail. And why is that? Whether it's them running a business or just personally, it's due to resistance or poor leadership. 70% of change initiatives fail.
Yeah, you have to be flexible, adaptable. You've got to be mindful of the fact that when things change, you have to change along with them or you're pushing upstream, which is not a good thing. If you make the change, you can be going downstream with the current in your favor, right?
That's right. That's right. So we did actually, I broke it down for you today, just for this brief overview of the different areas we talked about on our hour-long masterclass. And actually, if you're watching this little overview on social media or on YouTube, social media, then get in touch with us because we can help you get access to the entire chapter. In fact, all the chapters of the Academy that you'll find very useful if you're really interested in becoming the best you can be. Correct, Ken?
Yep, having a library of contents that could potentially be a catalyst for you.
Absolutely. So let's first of all talk about the mindset of a catalyst. And I think there's one core trait, Ken, which is vision-driven leadership.
Yeah, you want to be able to have somebody that, or become somebody yourself that looks down the road to make some arrangements to deal with what's coming up. And a lot of times there's hints, there's, ideas that really would suggest that there's a change coming. And believe me, there's always going to be a change coming. So yeah, important to be mindful of
Yeah, you can't change a change. So here's what's needed when we're talking about vision and clarity of vision. Well, each leader has to have clarity of vision just to have the ability to move the path forward. They also have to have consistency in action, and then finally empowering others. So vision-driven leaders inspire and equip others to contribute meaningfully. And we do have some really good examples, Ken. What about Elon Musk?
Yeah, well, there's somebody that's got vision. I mean, like vision beyond most people's imagination. And people that have lofty goals that oftentimes are challenged that they're impossible are the ones that actually go out and make it happen. So, being a visionary, don't put a lid on your capability to put something out there as your North Star, and then enlist the support, guidance, and encouragement of other people that are forward thinking, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's another great example. What about Oprah Winfrey? Oprah, she always was on cable TV. I remember I used to love watching Oprah on cable TV, but she's not on cable TV anymore. She has own network, right, Ken?
That's right. Like you own your own network, you own your own media if you are willing to think beyond what was the norm.
Yeah. Another visionary leader, or somebody who's a catalyst for change leader, is Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm old enough to remember paying 10 cents for a cup of coffee, and they would fill it up as often as you wanted until you almost drowned in coffee. And now it's like $5 for a regular.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So let's talk now about the next area that is important for any leader who wants to be the catalyst for change and make sure that we're moving in the right direction, and that's overcoming resistance to change. And so why people resist, it is amazing that the reasons, even people that sometimes you and I have talked about, Ken, that are we see as someone we respect and like a true leader, but they're still resistant to change. And it comes down to number one, fear of failure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called cognitive dissonance. And I have a favorite story about somebody that, was cooking a ham, and they would always cut the end off the ham. And so their child said, like, why do you cut the end off your ham? And he says, well, Grandma always cut the end off her ham. And so they went to Grandma and they said, why did you cut the end off your ham? And it's like, well, great grandma always cut her end off the ham. And they said, well, why did she do that? And it's like, because the pan was too small.
Resistance to change. Another would be lack of clarity and attachment to the status quo.
Yeah, this is the way we've always done it, so we're not going to change now. And of course, that's a perfect way of being left on the sidelines of whatever you're trying to achieve. Somebody else is catapulting ahead of you, becoming successful sooner than you because you weren't willing to adjust to the changes, to the improvements, to the different ways of doing things.
Here's a great example, real life example would be Blockbuster.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, where did they go? They were approached time and time again by the Netflix people, and they said, no, we don't need to do that. Well, if you go to the landfill, you're going to find 1 billion CDs and DVDs and things like that they used to rent, and now you can just do it digitally, right? Right place, right time, take action, because there's 2 times in life, right now and too late. And Netflix, they made the move, and Blockbuster, they were too late.
Same with Kodak. Yeah. And digital. They didn't come with the times with digital photography. Now, I think all of us are photographers.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We used to use the same device to phone people. Now we just use it to take pictures of people.
And then you know what? Here's another one I just thought of. Smartphones and Nokia. I think that was the name. That was our first phone. Do you remember when we had Nokia? That was not a smartphone. It was like, wasn't it a flip phone?
Well, yeah, I think the one you had looked more like a 10 horsepower outboard motor.
Oh yeah, that was way old technology. I'm talking about our first real like modernized cell phone was Nokia. You remember that?
Yeah, I think vaguely. There've been so many changes.
A long time ago, but they didn't move with the cheese.
Yeah.
They didn't move with the smartphone technology like Apple and Google. So that left them, they're no longer in business, is the bottom line.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So guys, as we're wrapping up, I do have some reflective questions for you. So I want you to really take this to heart because it helps us all move forward when it comes to being a catalyst for change. So here's a question. What is one significant change that you want to create in your life or your business? So either one, it doesn't matter, because really the activity for this, Ken, is vision in action. So it's like taking that information and putting it into action. So one significant change that you want to create in your life, personal life, or your business life. And I'm going to actually put you on the spot, Ken, because I want you to share with all of us what is the one significant change that you want to create. And I'm going to give you some help here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So write down or just think about it right now. But for you, I want you to write it down. Write down the significant change you want to create. So you got that in your mind?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And then the second thing is that of that change that you're going to make, identify one challenge. I don't want you to go overboard. Just choose one challenge you anticipate and then brainstorm a creative solution.
All right. Well, I mean, my big vision, the thing that I want to do is to heighten the caliber of the people that I surround myself with. Because you do become the average of the people you spend the most time with. And so I'm going to be fishing in a bigger pond, maybe in the ocean, and I'm looking for people that have more gravitas, more experience, more information than I do, because in a group of 5 people, I don't want to be the smartest one. In fact, I want to be number 5 that just got in so that I can benefit. So what I'm going to do that, and I've already started this recently to do that, is to call people to help me, whether it's the personal end of things. I'm thinking business right now, that some people would identify as somebody on a chicken list. And nobody's going to bite you. Nobody's going to, make chicken legs or fries out of you if you call them. And a lot of times people are very receptive to your courage to approach them and ask them for help and assistance. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm already doing it. I'm going to do more of it.
I love that. I love that, Ken. And hopefully, all of you have been thinking about that for yourself. And then once you've got that one significant change you're going to make, what the challenges are that are going to hold you back, create just a one sentence vision statement describing the impact of this change. And so Ken just mentioned that for him, it is surrounding himself with like-minded people that's going to actually inspire you to kind of achieve your goals and become a better person. So here's some other things I'm going to play along with you, Ken, but I want you at home to play along yourself. But I'm going to ask Ken these questions. Ken, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on the following: 1 being low, 10 being high. So, how confident are you in leading change in your business?
11.
Okay, very good. How about in your personal life?
Well,
I know you. I know you.
I think I'm an 8. Not innate, but an 8.
Okay. And then, okay, that's good, Ken. I like that. Here's the second one. And I hope you're ranking yourself 1 to 10. How adaptable are you when faced with unexpected challenges?
I think I'm extremely adaptable and creative. And if I don't have an answer or a change of course, I have a network of people that I can call and get their input, because 2 minds create a third and more powerful mind. And we can solve it together when we surround ourselves with people of that quality.
I love that. Very good. And then here's the third one. How effectively do you communicate your vision to others?
I think that's something that I've become pretty masterful over the years, and because I enjoy it and I like to create word pictures and use other props and different things that can help somebody kind of internalize something that might have been kind of foggy for them. And doing that, I mean, it clarifies things for me too, because different people need different examples, and in the process of doing that, it helps me master my understanding of a particular idea or concept.
I love that, Ken. You're very concise, very clear in your attention to communicate. So the final one, and the final one for us all, is how proactive are you in seeking opportunities for growth or improvement?
So that's something that, once again, is the reason I like to surround myself with those people that are of that caliber, because everybody comes to the party with a little different set of experiences. And when something props up that is new for me, it might be something that they've already mastered. So that's kind of my feeling about that. And so I guess I'm pretty effective at it as long as I have the help from the right people.
Very good. So that's it, guys. Hope you really got a little bit out of our little 10-minute masterclass, giving you an overview of what it is that the chapter Catalyst for Change was all about. But we look forward to seeing you for our fourth and final chapter, which is activity and leadership. So really taking that leadership that you've learned and put it into focus. So take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.
See you next time.